So when they say things to you, you think they are insulting you. It's not an insult. Your behavior is amazingly stupid. Of all things to talk about in Nigeria, is Peter Obi that is your problem. You should be ashamed. Your parents wasted money. And I'm ashamed to say that I'm a Yoruba man. I have never liked anything about tribe. But to say that I'm a Yoruba man, if there's any time to renounce that tribe, to deal with the best tribe, people are worse than Marjorie. Because those Marjorie kids, they had a mind. They knew when to back off when what was his name? Buhari was messing up. You people don't have the capacity to rethink. And you claim to be the most educated tribe in Nigeria. Yoruba tribe. It's lost. You have all lost yourself. So what people are telling us is that Hausa, the North, the Hezbollah can kill you as long as it's a Yoruba man that is president. You should be ashamed. So go and throw your brains away. It's not working. And if nobody has told this tribe, I'm the one telling you. And I'm telling you with all full authority as a Yoruba person. It's not an insult, it's a fact. Change, repent and rethink, because I can never understand this calamity called politics, whereby people can be killed. Companies can manipulate people, loan sharks can harass you, betting company can manipulate you, as long as they all say, on your mandate you can stand and nothing happens to them. Anybody can get away with anything in this country. Nothing happens to them. She will raise in prison. For what? And you are happy. And you say you want a good Nigeria. It's almost like these Yoruba people hate this country. That's how much I've concluded. It looks like you hate your own country. And you should all be ashamed of yourself. Especially those of you in the diaspora. If you're not careful, they will deport all of you back to this country. Is it not the same Tinubu that went to UK to tell them they can deport you? That's the guy you're supporting. You people don't have brain. And finally, I've concluded that they've sacrificed your brains. And that's how much I'm going to say on this proposition. If you like repent, if you don't like repent, at the end of the day, everybody will find their way. God bless Nigeria. God bless Peter Obi. You're doing an amazing work. I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of every obedience out there.
When we hire a president via an election, the first responsibility of a president, the most important responsibility, I'm not saying it's only the president that has this job, but let's stay with the president because he's commander-in-chief. The first responsibility of the president is the security of lives and property. I don't care. No Nigerian cares. No citizen cares. Nobody cares how much transformation you bring in other areas. If people don't feel safe, the country is not safe, Mr. President. I don't know what your handlers, your lieutenants, I saw some people the other day came to meet you in your private residence. Oh, the father of modern Nigeria, praise the economic. President Bola Tinubu, our dear president, Nigerians don't feel safe under your leadership. In case your lieutenants are saying the wrong things or saying something else, maybe trying to keep their job, they're lying to you. People do not feel safe in our country. Is it that there's insecurity everywhere? Not exactly, but the level of lack of sense of security is high. Before now, the argument in this election, Bukola, and it's heartbreaking. Now I am seeing some argument. The argument now is, under previous administration, the 13, 14 local governments were under captivity. Now, literally everywhere in Nigeria is not safe. It is not. Please, Mr. President, we appreciate your effort. We appreciate the effort of the military. We know you did not create insecurity. You inherited this level of insecurity, but you need to do something. 3 years down the line under your administration, the number of fatality, the number of deaths, the number of killings, the record high number of mass abduction. It is under your administration we've had the highest single mass abduction in the history of this mess we're dealing with. The first was Goodluck Jonathan, when 200 and something children were abducted in Chibok. The next is the one that happened, I think, in Papri, where 300 plus students and teachers were abducted. People now are afraid. Before now, when I was younger, I don't have a problem traveling across this country. I can try it now. No matter how expensive the flights are, I try to look for a way. People who can't even naturally afford to fly, now choose to tell themselves, I will spend 500,000 instead of 50 million. That, Mr. President, is the reality. I don't know what they are telling you. So let us, who are journalists, our job, when two people are arguing, according to Mendy, they say, it's raining outside. The other man says, it's not raining outside. My job is to go outside and say, oh, it's raining or it's not raining, and I tell who is lying. People are lying to you.
I want you all to get your PVC. I know you are discouraged, it doesn't count and all, but we are Christians. We are supposed to keep the laws of the land. We are supposed to do our civic responsibility. Every member of Family Worship Center, please get your PVC. Go and validate, make sure your things are okay. I went this week, I moved my venue to just around the corner from my house. And all my children in my house, they went and validated their things. Please go and make sure you have your card. You say they have already determined who is going to, let us do our own. Let us do our own. I beg you. Mine was temporary, but now I'm going to collect my permanent card whenever it's out. So please, I beg you for Christ's sake. It matters for them to spend the money they are spending to campaign, it means that it's important. If we overwhelm the system with our votes, there's no way they can rig. I heard that during this last municipal campaign, there were like 1.something million registered people, but only about 40,000 voted. 40,000 out of over 1 million. We cannot complain if that is our attitude towards voting, because we don't feel that they will do whatever they want. But if all of us go out there and vote and sit down and wait for them to count and watch our vote, the gates of hell will not prevail against us. I'm going to vote, and you must vote. Amen. Please, by the 27th, they will shut down everything, which is not supposed to be, because in civilized countries, you register even on the day of the voting. But I don't know why they are cutting it short now. It's just because they know you don't care. So if they cut it off, then a lot of us will vote, and then their plan is working, wherever they are. Go. So please, I beg you, make sure your card is ready.
I see some APC people. Part of their campaign slogan is, before Tinubu, many states were unable to pay salary. They said during good luck, over 17 states were unable to pay salary. They said during Buhari, even more states were unable to pay salary. But during Tinubu, everybody is paying salary. Yafun, yafun. APC, I want to remind you, during Buhari, the salary they were paying then, people can still manage, buy rice, live their life, buy affordable electricity, transport themselves from A to B. But during Tinubu, many millions don't enter underwater. So with them removing subsidy and they are still paying you 70,000, it is Tinubu time that many people don't go under poverty, multi-dimensional poverty level. So stop praising yourself. APC government through Tinubu have successfully made a lot of people poor. They've successfully made a lot of Nigerians poor. Even with the salary they said they are paying, even with all the big money they are sending to their state governments, no development. Now only salary that they pay. And even this salary where then they pay, nobody can survive with it. So it's as good as not paying salary. So stop praising yourself. Look at our standard of living before Tinubu, how we manage our 35k when rice was 7,000, and now see rice is now 120. Now your minimum wage is 70,000. Your salary cannot even buy the rice. So it better make them owe you salary, make them return our life the way we they live before. Tinubu's government, APC government, they brought poverty. That is their hallmark. Poverty.
Let it be known that I, Onyedamola, declared that Bola Ahmed Tinubu as our president is a failure. I would call you a failed president, and if I should describe you in a word, I will call you a terrible president, and your administration is nothing to write home about. There is nothing good about this administration, and I regret being born as a Nigerian. I regret that I became an adult during President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime. Currently and presently, I am not feeling so well. I have been sick and I've not really been fine. If you check my last post, I posted I have not been feeling fine. Apart from the fact that I've been stressed out with life recently, I have been depressed. I am depressed so much because the cost of living is costing our living now. I despise that I get to be a mother in this generation, in this tenure. That's the time that I become a mother is when you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, get to be the Ashiwaju, is when you are a president. Because tell me why, the other day I was jokingly playing with my child and I gave him 10 naira. I said, go and buy biscuits. And he was like, Mommy, what is 10 naira? And of a truth, what is 10 naira? I don't want to cry. I've been having headaches, so I don't want to add to my pain. 10 naira, 20 naira, and 50 naira, they have become useless denomination of currency in our present economy. And the way price of things have skyrocketed. The way what you buy today is not what you're going to get tomorrow. And our normal slang now is yesterday price is not today's price. It's the fact that we have normalized suffering. We have normalized being strong when we are not supposed to be strong, and the fact that we are praying to God when we are supposed to be calling out state governments to hold them accountable for their damn God. I don't want to say foul words because of TikTok, but I feel like cursing them. I feel like cursing you, President Tinubu, because what are you doing? My voice is important too, and I am going to stand on it that I am calling you out now. I myself, on behalf of myself, let it be known that I call you out and I call you a failed president. I call you a failed president. Nothing is working in your administration. Nothing is working during your tenure, and I regret being an adult during your tenure. The old me 5 years ago, when I was still in my teenage, I thought life would get better in the next 5-6 years. But guess what? I thought I would be helping the needy, but guess what? I am the needy. I am the one who is needy. I am the one who cannot even help myself. Let's talk of helping people. My goals, my dream, they're all vanishing in my face just because of our president. Just because I am born as a Nigerian. Life has become something else just because I don't know. Just because I'm a Nigerian, I don't deserve a good living. I don't deserve a peaceful life. Nothing is working. Not the security, not the everything. Every goddamn thing is not working. And I totally despise. I was pit like this on you as our president. You are nothing to write home about. You were nothing but a failed man. You have even failed as a father, because look at your son. He's just trying to justify you because there's nothing he can do. Look at you. You have failed as a father. You failed as a president. We did not even put you there. You put yourself there, and look at what you're even doing. A big shame on you. A big shame on you as a president.
It's clear. It's documented. It's not something that is...
So the money is yours?
So it's documented.
And it's still there now in the tax haven.
There's nothing called tax haven. I opened an account while I lived in the UK and start saving for what I call family estate. If you go there every year, maybe this year, because I don't have an income, I save a portion of my income. Then when I was governor, I saved for Anambra State. So as an individual, I'm saving for my family. That's the culture we should build, but I should be encouraged. Change is nothing. You see, we go into things that are not the same. If some people have said, oh, maybe it shows you're corrupt, or maybe what can to come, any other person will say, no thief sees what they can steal and leave it. That's why even when you go to church, they say, mind your phone. Not because those people didn't come to church, but because they have the temptation that if they see what they can steal, they steal it.
But it's a code of conduct issue, Mr. Obi.
No,
what was released in the Pandora paper that you did not disclose it?
It was clearly declared.
When you were governor?
No, code of conduct did not say that if you own a house in the UK.
Offshore assets?
No, I said, let me tell you now. It didn't show that if you own a house in the UK, you should sell it immediately you became governor. It's not true. Let me tell you, I listed my assets overseas. It will shock you. Code of conduct actually said they will go and investigate it, and they went and saw it. So leave that. You see, everybody wants to investigate Peter Obi. So we are left $150 million. Can any other person who finished here come and say where he left? Nobody asked me to save in dollars.
But why is it that your successors never appreciated it?
No. Do we appreciate the honest in Nigeria? Do we appreciate what is the good in Nigeria? It's a country that has become criminalized, that even those who are honest are not the ones who are suffering. So if you come and show it to you, the money I saved in Anambra State, that dollar, if it was there today, it would have been almost getting to $1 billion.
But you and your family benefited also in some of the investments you made. For example, in the brewery.
How?
Didn't you?
Say we go and investigate it. You people just...
You said it yourself that the some of the shares were bought with in the name of the family business.
We not that we are... It's like going to say I bought share in a bank and I ask the company and I ask the place that I have to put money there.
Are you a director in that same company that you?
How do I put money? I save money.
You don't think that is a conflict of interest?
No. I saved money in Fidelity. I have 3 banks that saved money, which included Fidelity. I have a shareholder in Fidelity. So what is conflict of interest in it? Shall we let other people save even in their house and give it back to us? If it doesn't telling you, even you, shall we as journalists, you should encourage what is right. I saved money. Other people took it. Other people took it. They never saved their time.
Peter Obi is not corrupt.
I will save now.
Peter Obi, you would say you are not corrupt.
Tell me. I said, go and show me where their money is missing. There are other people. Show me another person who saved. If you can show me somebody who saved $15 million, 10% of what I saved.
So you were a rich man before you came into power?
Of course, yes. Till today. Till today, by us and globally, not just in Nigeria.
Let me take you to one of the things that you preach very well. That, yes. Look, people who are in public office, you talk about office of the first lady, that you don't believe in it. So you are not going to have an office of the first lady. You talk about cost of governance. When you were governor, you did not believe in having a liaison office in Abuja or Lagos. You stopped it, almost $1 billion worth of investment. You said that is not going to happen. The presidential fleet, you don't seem to like that idea. If you become president, what would you do differently in terms of cutting of cost of governance?
There's too much waste in our governance. There's too much corruption. There's too much. That's why people are fighting to go to office. So any country where people in office are richer than their businesses, there's something wrong. Anywhere where businessmen in the country see people in government as more important than them, that place is not working. So I'll drastically cut the cost of government.
How would you do that? What would you do specifically?
Let me give you an example. Our president bought plane for 300 billion, over 300 billion. That year, the most important measure of development, call it 3 of them: education and health. And when you come to health, the most important sector of health is primary health care. The cost of the plane he bought was far more than the amount budgeted for primary health care that year. In fact, the cost of that plane, if you go to 2024 budget, right, the capital vote for University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital, which is our premier teaching hospital, University of Nigeria Nsukka Teaching Hospital, Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Lagos, University of Lagos Teaching Hospital, University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, University of Jos. I want to take it to one at least. 6 of them put together is not up to 15 billion. So you use 20% of that to buy plane, which you rarely use. Say, well, I will not do that.
If you become president,
for you to have a cancer
what would you do with that plane?
Listen now, you don't worry what I do.
Would you fly it?
A cancer center, a complete cancer center today with all oncology and everything is about 5 billion. And we have less than 12 in this country of over 200 million people. A third of that money will buy 20 new cancer centers. What are we talking? We must shut down this waste and deal with issues that will protect our people, will serve our people properly, and will save our cost of governance. I've done it as a state. In my first 4 years of being governor, I used 4 OCs from beginning to the end.